How's it going, guys? It's Nathan from Nathan's DIY Garage, and today we're going to be doing the CCV valve delete. Because there's a couple different ways you could do this. The CCV valve, obviously, all you guys know is it goes from the valve cover, it goes to the vacuum log and sucks vacuum, and then goes down to the dipstick, and it separates the oil from the water. So the problem is, it's a rubber diaphragm, it always ruptures. So there's a couple different ways you could do it. There's actually 3 different choices. The first choice is to go ahead and delete it. You can vent the valve cover, vent the dipstick, and you can run it like that. That works great. The only problem we notice with that is when you come to a stoplight, you can smell oil going through the vents in the car, a little bit of an oily smell. Some cars don't do it, some of them do. Anything that drips on the exhaust manifold over here, it's going to cause any kind of smoke. It's going to go right into the car. So basically what this is going to do, by deleting it, it gets rid of the rubber diaphragm. And as you can see, this car here has a single hose conversion, and it's not tucked in, it's just up here like this. And what we did is we ran it from here all the way to the very back of the intake, and you can see there's a rubber cap on the back of the intake right there. You pull the cap off and you put the hose on there. Now what we're gonna have to do, this is actually a 1-inch hose that comes out of here. We need to go down to a 3/8, right? So what we have here, we have a piece of 7/8 hose that's a lot more flexible of a hose, and we basically put it on there, put the clamp on it, and the problem is trying to get an adapter that goes down to small enough to actually go to the back of the intake to a 3/8. So we use this guy here. It's a brass adapter, and it's actually it says 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and what we have here is this. So we have barb fitting on one side that the 3/8 hose is going to go on, and over here we have threads. It'd be easier if it was a barb fitting on this side to 7/8, but they don't seem to make that. So we have that right here. Right here is a little guy, and then that goes to the back of the intake. So that's one way to do it, and this is the other way to do it, to run the oil catch can. And it's the same kind of deal. You can see the C53 has this big shroud up front, and it goes in there like that, and then goes down to an adapter. Let's see if I can see it here. I don't think you can see it. It's actually behind this guy, and it goes down to 3/8, and it goes up to the oil catch can, goes to one side, and then goes out of the other side and goes to the back of the intake to the same port. And you can see the oil catch can has a clear tube, and it's catching, you know, vapor and stuff like that. It's about halfway full. The hose will put everything back to the intake where the catch can is going to catch it. The nice thing about the catch can, whenever you take the DISA valve out, you take the throttle body out, the intake is perfectly clean. It's not full of oil, it's not all wet, it doesn't have any shady stuff going on. In my opinion, the catch can will probably make everything last longer and burn a lot cleaner, but the single hose conversion you can do. These are about 20 bucks with everything. With a single hose conversion, I think the fitting's $2 and some change, and you just need a little piece of the big hose. You know, you could do it all for under $10. The CCV valves, $70 to $100 for all the hoses and everything that go to it. And basically all you need to do after you hook this up, same way with the single hose, no matter what, that dipstick, the drain tube that goes down the bottom of the dipstick has to be plugged up. You need to make sure that that tube does not have any rips in it. And once you verify the tube does not have any rips in it, I have another dipstick here just to show you. So the dipstick tube runs down, goes into the oil pan. This has a rubber hose, comes off of it, goes to the CCV. You need to cap this off. And you can see in the end of it here, it actually has a little vent around the side, and that drains the oil back down. That's all too small. That doesn't work with the CCV. That gets stopped up. It's just not a very well thought out system. They're trying to make the car burn as clean as it possibly could, and they just did not get it right. It doesn't last. So hoping this helps some of you guys out. I know a lot of you guys suffer with the lean codes from the CCV valve going bad. or worst case, it's burning oil about a quart every 15 minutes. It's smoking really bad, smoking blue. This will fix all that. Just take note that if your car is burning oil from the CCV valve, once you delete the CCV valve, it's going to take a while to burn all the oil out of the intake and out of the exhaust. Be sure when you do these jobs, drive it a little bit, check your oil, and make sure nothing's leaking. And once you don't have any leaks, everything's good, then you should be trouble free after that.